Welcome my friends, brothers and colleagues, welcome to this your channel, Clinical Consultant. This time I bring you a series of videos talking about poisonous animals, signs, symptoms and treatment. If you want to see each of the videos that I will be uploading, subscribe to the channel and like the video. If more to tell you, let's continue. This time I will present each of these topics that are below. In this video I will talk about introduction and general concepts of venomous and poisonous animals. In the next video we will talk about lepidopterism and erucism. We will see the bite of day and night butterflies and poisonous caterpillars. Later we will talk about poisonous spiders and their complications and treatment. Then scorpionism and all that it implies, and so on. I recommend that you subscribe so you do not miss the next videos. It is important to say that this video is one of the most important. If you are looking for a specific topic such as squid bites, you should watch this video to learn some important concepts and find no difficulties. Introduction and general concepts. Poison. Poison is any substance of biological or chemical origin that, upon reaching the body, causes intoxication. Venom. It is a poisonous substance from an animal, which produces harmful effects by inoculation or by contact. Toxinology. It is the study of poisons and poisons. It differs from toxicology, poison or taxum. It comes from the Latin toxicum, and from the Greek toxikon. Poison is any substance that ingested, inhaled or absorbed, put in contact with the skin, mucous membranes or injected, is capable, due to its physical and chemical properties, of causing organic or functional alterations and even death. It is important to say that poisons of biological origin are toxic substances produced in non-glandular tissues or accumulated in an organism after ingestion of the prey. For example, if a scorpion eats a cockroach, when digesting it, it will produce the poison that will go to the stinger. Poisonous animal is one that contains toxins produced or accumulated in its tissues or viscera, produced by its own metabolic pathways, taking dinoflagellates as an example, or through trophic chains such as ichthyas or ketoxic fish. Poisoning is an accidental, acute or chronic morbid state produced by a poison. Poisonings of biological origin occur through the consumption of sea fish, toxins from microorganisms, fungi, bacteria and plants. Venom. They are toxins produced in the tissues or in specialized glands of some animals, associated with excretory ducts that have or do not have inoculatory structures such as fangs, stingers, spines, chelicers, and that generally act parenterally or by contact and can be destroyed by ingestion. Venom are usually large molecules of a protein nature and many of these are thermolable, that is, they can only act at certain temperatures, and like all proteins, they denature at a certain temperature. Animal bite. It is the act of introducing the poison into the victim's tissues by means of a poison device. A bite is a wound caused by structures associated with the mouth, such as fangs or chelicerae, as is the case with snake and spider bites. Ion channels are virtual channels, anchored in the lipid bilayer of cell membranes and that regulate the ionic inputs of sodium, calcium, potassium and chlorine. These are distributed in this way. 1. Sodium channels at the origin of the axon and in the axon. 2. Calcium channels in nerve endings. 3. Lastly, potassium channels in demyelinated nerve endings and axons. It is important to know this because the different biotoxins can act on these ion channels as activators, blockers or stabilizers. Depending on the poison and the poisonous animal, it will act on these receptors causing the characteristic clinic. Toxinology. It is the scientific study of toxins of natural biological origin and the organisms that produce them. Clinical toxinology. It is a discipline of medicine related to the diagnosis and treatment of injuries caused by man by different toxins, antivenoms, antitoxin or antiserum. It is a manufactured antibody preparation to abolish the toxic action of the poison or toxic antigen. Biotoxins or natural toxins. They are substances of biological, animal, plant or microorganism origin. In general, They are complex mixtures of different chemical substances, such as proteins, non-enzymatic polypeptides, alkaloids and amines that exert their effects by synergistic action on different systems. It is important to say that in natural conditions the animals produce it as an offensive weapon directed against the prey to obtain food, and also as a defensive weapon against the predator including man. Its targets or target organs, that is, where the poison is directed, are the vital systems of the victim such as the mechanism of hemostasis, nerve conduction and synapse. General principles of toxins. Protein nature. It is important to know that almost all toxins are proteins and have the following characteristics. Protein toxins are 2 to 5 times more lethal than non-protein toxins. Also that proteins can be designed to interact specifically with various types of molecular sites. In addition, many proteins have enzymatic activity in order to amplify the dimension of the effects. Another general principle of toxins is their action on plasma membranes. Most toxins act on the plasma membrane. This is explained because, 1. The plasma membrane is the most accessible part of a target cell. 2. The most vulnerable target cells are muscle cells, skin cells, postvenular capillary endothelial cells, extracellular matrix, inflammatory cells, phagocytes, and secretory cells such as mast cells. 3. Many vital cell functions mediated by membranes can be impaired, such as excitability, regulation of metabolism, maintenance of integralides, transport and regulation. Another one of the general principles of toxins is their rapid action. Poison toxins act quickly. They have been designed to obtain an immediate effect against the predator or offensive, to paralyze and kill the prey. Classification of poisonous and poisonous animals. The first classification is depending on whether they produce poison or get it and are classified as A. Primary poisonous animals are those that have metabolic pathways for the production of their poisons, for example, marine dinoflagellates such as Gamburidiscus toxicus, producer of the cigatoxin responsible for cigatral poisoning in the Caribbean countries. In secondary venous animals, they are those that acquire their toxins through the food chain by feeding on primary venous animals, such as fish of various species that receive cigatoxin from marine benthic organisms associated with Gamburidiscus toxicus. Fish carrying tetrodotoxins and saxins, neurotoxins that originate from bacteria associated with body tissues such as Vibrios and Pseudomonas. It is important to note that in these cases the accidents are caused by the ingestion of fish are called poisoning or ichthyosarcoidism. The second classification addresses the way in which they poison their victims. First we have the passive poisonous animals. In these, the poison is located in the skin glands and they use it as a defense. The inoculating apparatus may be incomplete or absent as occurs in stingrays, despite toad and amphibians. The other types are predatory poisonous animals, which are those endowed with an inoculating structure of the poison such as fangs, stingers, Chelicera's or nematocysts. This is where snakes, scorpions, hymenopterans, marine mollusks of the Cnidae family, spiders and cnidarules obviously enter. Accidents caused by these animals are known as poisoning. Thank you very much for watching the video. Perhaps the audio is not the best but we will improve every day. Soon we will be recording the poisonous animals, signs and symptoms of their bites and their treatment. Subscribe so you do not miss these topics that will be very interesting. Success. Next video, poisonous butterfly and caterpillar bites.